First up, we have a cop who is boasting about loving her job all while selling top quality drugs while on duty. And this is the exact reason why I think a lot of females get into law enforcement, because they get easy access to drugs and the bad boys that give them the tingles. And I don't know how many stories like this it's going to take before we stop hiring females as law enforcement. Next up, we have a picture of what most companies look like. It's stuffed to the brim with women doing 20% of the work and one guy doing 80%, and I'm sure a lot more companies would be better off if Elon bought them. Next up, we have a picture of what women think they'll be doing when the economy collapses versus what they'll actually be doing. And if you just look at the history of whatever country that had their economies collapse, the first thing you always see is women on the streets. They won't be out there hunting. They'll be out there doing the only thing they can do now is sell their box. And that's pretty much the only thing they can do when times get that rough. Here we have Carlton getting the last laugh. And it's just so funny how the turns have tabled. And this is one of the few shows I would love to see a revival of. Knowing where the characters and the people ended up, it would just be meme gold. Next up, we have a side-by-side of pictures of what a grandma looked like then versus now. And to be honest with you, I really don't see a difference other than the technology, because the only thing stopping the woman on the left from doing what the woman on the right is doing is the technology. Next up, we have the current state of Los Angeles, where we have near-naked women selling themselves as low as $40. And with prices that low, you know there's only leftover tuna fish that nobody wants. And honestly, $40 is probably still too much. Next up, we have a woman who was rushed to the hospital after getting her cooter stuck on a trailer ball hitch. And we all know how this happened, and I hope that guy really got his money's worth. So apparently now Tinder lets friends and family recommend matches to you. And we all know how this is gonna go. The girls just passing around the same Chad profiles, and in between making fun of the loser ones. But at least Chads now can get streamlined to get passed through all the Tinder hoes. Next up, we have a man who hires a prostitute from a dating site, and then his daughter shows up. And the only thing I'm wondering in that picture is he just disappointed, or that she offered a family discount? Next up, we have all these old single women coping thinking they're hot. And what all these women haven't realized yet is that no one wants old women around. It's as useless as a man with no hands. And all these women only have boxed wine and cat food in their future. Lastly, we have a woman with almost $200K in student debts asking Dave Ramsey how she can afford to be a stay-at-home mom on her husband's $33K salary. And this is exactly why I tell you guys not to pick up girls with student loans, because she'll rack up massive debts to be the girl boss, and then all of a sudden decide, nah, I want kids, and leave you with the bill. And the sad part about this is that there's been plenty of stories like this, and the guy somehow manages to pay it off, and then she leaves. So don't be a bank for somebody else.